What if I told you that the legacy of The Witcher 3 and Zelda Breath of the Wild is officially over? Today we are talking about a game that looks almost too good to be true. Crimson Desert. This isn't just another open-world action title. This is a project that Rockstar veteran Mike York claims can go toe-to-toe with GTA 6 for Game of the Year. It's hard to wrap your head around, but Crimson Desert is a wild experiment featuring hundreds of mechanics and a level of freedom we've never seen before. Is it destined to be a massive failure or the greatest masterpiece in gaming history? Let's dive in and find out why this world's about to make you forget everything else. The world's exploration here is absolutely top tier. The map is split into 5 massive regions with diverse biomes, towering mountains, harsh deserts, dense forests and fertile plains. Honestly, it gives me off major Red Dead Redemption 2 vibes right from the jump. And you guys know that's my all-time favorite game because of its insane attention to detail. The draw distance is also mind-blowing, adding this incredible sense of scale to the environment. And speaking of scale, it's not just about views. What on the street is that the map is actually bigger than Skyrim and RDR2 combined. Each ecosystem comes with its own unique threats, which is a great touch. One minute you are brawling with bandits, and the next you are hunting goblins. The world is crawling with all kinds of weird stuff, from massive mechanical constructs to giant insects and freakish monsters. It's like the devs just took every cool idea they had and threw it into one pot. The boss design here is also on another level. You've got everything from small fast-paced duels to absolute titans. For example, there is this gigantic stone crab. It's so huge it basically looks like a moving island, fighting something that scale feels like a proper event, not just another health bar to chip away at. Whether it's a high-tech mech or a prehistoric beast, the variety is just insane. And you can become a real goblin slayer. Seriously, if you haven't watched this anime, I highly recommend you, and you know what I'm talking about. Then there's the Abyss and its floating islands. Now normally you would expect an abyss to be, underground, but for some reason here it's way up in the sky. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the art style here. It feels a bit out of place, almost like those tedious animus missions in Assassin's Creed that are just there to pad out the runtime. I'm not saying they won't be interesting, but I don't exactly see myself rushing to complete them. I've also heard the puzzles can be pretty clunky and non-intuitive, or maybe some people just aren't that bright, so be ready for that. But we have to talk about the world interaction. It's actually pretty sick. For example, townsfolk might snitch on you to the gods, or they might be hyped to see you, all depending on your reputation and past actions. NPCs also have their own schedules, which creates that living vault illusion. They'll seek cover from the rain or huddle around a campfire to stay warm. Definitely more about clever scripting than actual NPC intelligence, but it gets the job done. Oh, and you can basically attack anyone, anywhere. Just keep in mind your reputation will absolutely tank. And as always, you can't hit the kids. And of course we've got adorable animals and some that aren't so adorable. We'll save the big boys for later though. For now, let's talk about the city cats, dogs and all other little creatures. For example, your character can play a flute to lead a swarm of rats, pet a stray dog or even just pick up a cat. It's honestly so wholesome. Since we are on the topic of world interaction, we have to dive into the physics and destruction. This game is packed with it. You can smash through fences, wagons and wooden structures right in the heat of the battle. These aren't just scripted events, it's all system physics. It adds so much variety and pure wow factor to every single encounter. Now we have to talk about the water. This isn't that Unreal Engine 5 Until Dawn remake that looks absolutely horrible. Just look how this water performs. Just an unoptimized mess. Crimson Desert uses its own proprietary engine, and the water is next level. It has actual texture, resistance, and dynamic waves. It looks gorgeous and it's going to play even better. We haven't seen naval combat yet, but swimming is definitely in. Just keep an eye on your stamina or you are going to drown. So you are looking at these graphics, the destruction, the amount of NPCs, this beautiful water, and the insane draw distance. You are probably looking at your PC wondering, can I even run this? Well, I'm here to tell you yes, yes, and 1,000 times yes. The Black Space engine is tuned to perfection. A GTX 1060 is actually enough to play this at 30 FPS. Yeah, you heard me right, but if you are dreaming of 4K, you can go ahead and throw that RTX 5090 that you paid $5,000. You only need a 5070 Ti to hit 4K on ultra settings without DLSS. That's right, no upscaling required. You'll also need 150 gigs of SSD space and 16 gigs of RAM. Honestly, bless the devs for making this actually reasonable. And who is going to explore all of this? Our protagonists. The main man is Cliff, the leader of Greymanes, who you've seen in all the trailers and footage, but he's not alone. You've also got an orc named Onka and a girl named Damien, each with their own unique mechanics, combat styles, and of course, a variety of outfits and weapons. Cliff is a gang leader, but what kind of gang is just 3 people? This is where it gets crazy. You have a massive camp and a whole squad recruitment system. You aren't just picking people for show, you are hiring them to send them out on actual events and missions. As you play and level up, you can upgrade the camp, it changes a lot of visually, and there's even a building mechanic where you can place a furniture wherever you want. And just so we don't get bored, they added resource gathering. I mean, you've gotta build that camp out of something, right? So you've got mining, wood cutting, and even harvesting crops like corn. Basically, you can be a lumberjack, a miner, or a farmer in one game. By the way, the whole thing feels a lot like the camp in Red Dead Redemption 2. It really reminded me of it that I saw him eating from the stew pot. I think you've already noticed plenty of similarities to Red Dead, but don't be surprised, it was one of the main games they were inspired by. Now that we've talked about the world and of course our gang, it's time to talk about the combat. And let me tell you, it's sick. It's not like The Witcher 3. To be honest, the combat in The Witcher is just bad, to put it simply. We have 3 skill branches, but these aren't those brain dead trees from Skyrim, where you just get plus 5% damage that you unlock and use. These are actual moves, 3 branches, 3 playstyles that you can mix and match however you want. Abyss, magic, physical attacks, and weapon mastery. You can even learn moves from bosses. You literally watch a boss do a specific move and then you can do it too. This gives you a real reason to beat them, not just for the story or the loot, but to get new mechanics for your own character. The combat is very physical. You can do wrestling style grabs, throw enemies at each other and use environment around you. Parrying requires precise timing, but it's super effective. There's also stealth, but it's just kind of there. Usually after killing a couple of enemies you get spotted and they sound the alarm. It's pretty much like God's situation in Berserk, so stealth is officially cancelled. There are no enemy levels here, which means no auto-scaling. Your power doesn't come from grinding XP, it grows you through learning new moves and getting better gear. There is zero confusion when it comes to stats. You won't find hundreds of thousands of weird characteristics on your sword. The numbers are small and that's a huge plus because it keeps things clear. If your gear is level 16 and you upgrade to level 17, you are going to feel that difference immediately. No mess, no confusion, just straight up progression. You can craft all sorts of gear, swords, armor, axes, shields, you name it. You do this at forges and the customization is deep, just like in God of War. You can swap out hilts, blades and other parts to make it yours. The best part? You aren't constantly chasing new weapons, instead you upgrade what you already have and actually learn how to master it. Secondary weapons are in game too, and if you think that's it, we are just getting started. Movement and gadgets are a huge part of the experience. The lasso is used for catching horses or snagging enemies, then there is the grappling hook for scaling cliffs or closing the gap on massive bosses. It's basically the same tool powered by abyss magic. You can even use it to bend a tree and launch yourself into the air like a catapult. Now let's talk about transportation. Horses are the bread and butter here, and the riding mechanics are actually really well done, but that's just the start. We've also got dragons, dinosaurs, bears, and apparently around 12 different mounts in total. Oh, and there is a robot. Seriously, a freaking robot. I honestly lost it when I saw that. And if that's not enough, there are planes, jetpacks and even hot air balloons. The map is massive, so you've got plenty of ways to get around, even climbing trees and mountains. Wait, it gets even more ridiculous. They basically added a Fortnite style umbrella. It's not just for show, it literally works like a mini helicopter.
We are same, but different, but still same.
Regarding the actual gameplay and quests, guys, this is a full-on story-driven experience, not just some empty sandbox. There are tons of random events, just like in RDR. You can help fix a broken wagon or defend people from bandits. For example, imagine you are walking through a village and see a house covered in smoke. Turns out some lazy guy didn't clean his chimney, and his wife is absolutely foaming, especially after he just fell off the roof. So you step in and clean the chimney for them. I even heard that if you don't help out, the house might actually burn down.
Oh, my back! You've done me a huge favor there. Will you come off it, woman?
Bruh. You can also play rock paper scissors with the kids or do some arm wrestling at the local pub. Sure, these aren't deep mechanics, but they make the world feel alive. Another sick mechanic is the bounty hunting, and I have to say, the animation for tearing down the posters is so satisfying. It's great to actually interact with a physical object instead of just reading the text menu like in The Witcher. The hunts themselves are awesome. You can find clues, track your target and finally bring them in dead or alive. These criminals have their own fighting styles, unique weapons and even their own crew guarding them. One important detail from the previews: bounty missions aren't infinite. They are handcrafted, so once you've cleared out the bandits in a region, the list is done. And of course, catching them boosts your reputation and gets you that sweet money. Just like that, we got a massive preview of a game that isn't even out yet. Honestly, I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing. I'm a huge RDR 2 fan, I've clocked over 130 hours in it, and I feel like I'm going to spend even more time here. The game is just packed with content and it's going to be a blast to just set up a camp and go hunting exactly like in Red Dead. Now, if you had been overwhelmed with a ton of mechanics and a massive map, I mean truly massive, this might not be your thing. But if you're like me and you live for those huge, deeply crafted worlds, this game is absolutely for you. And the craziest part, I haven't even covered everything you can do in this game. We'll be diving in Crimson Desert when it drops March 19th. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Write down in the comments what are your expectations for Crimson Desert. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.